each presentation. So let me share my screen and we'll go over this very quickly so we can get on in with the business at hand, which is your presentations. All of you followed this particular set of questions to create your poster. I do realize some of you did a PowerPoint, so we'll need to move through the PowerPoints quickly because we won't see it all in one visual. But these are the points we want you in your 3 minutes to emphasize your mission and vision, the goal you set for your particular project, which is accomplishable in 6 months, how you're going to approach it, the outcomes, what's going to be different at the end of 6 months, who or what you're targeting, and the timeline you are hoping to make this happen in. You may give a couple examples of steps in that particular part. The partners you're going to engage. And if we don't see it immediately, please share your slogan that you came up with. So those of you who would not be presenting and weren't on stage at the time, but are listening to your peers, you will be following one of the things we went through last session when we were together. And that was the SMART action planning. So as you listen, you want to listen to each person to see, were they specific enough? Did they really give you a clear sense of who or what is expected to change? Did they tell you what you would see or hear or feel, or what would you be counting that would say there's been a difference? That's the measurable. Is it likely to be achieved? If you listen to everyone, you have to ask yourself, can they do this in 6 months? Does this seem likely? What are the results that they are aiming for? Is it realistic? Is it something valuable? And then did they give us a good sense of the time frames? So each person that has submitted a poster already has 5 points, 1 point in each category for their poster, and another 5 is possible, and this will be a peer rating system, and we'll take the average, so you assign points. How this will work is, as you listen to someone, as they are finishing their presentation, in the chat, you will give us the total number of points, the 5 they already have, plus any additional points that you're adding for these particular criteria, up to 10. If they get up to 10, you put 10. If they get 8, you put 8, and then a comment in the chats. So as we start the presentations, I will put in the chat the title of the presentation that we're starting with, and then as we go through, and under that, you will put in your rating, your comment, so that we have a record of that, and they can see how people are hearing and perceiving their particular presentation. So for each presentation, each of you, again, here's a review of what I just said. Each of you will have 3 minutes. You already have 5 points just because you turned it in, and I looked at these and I think you guys did a really good job. And again, a repeat of, as you listen to the presentation, if you think an additional point should be added to the criteria for the SMART, that's 5 points possible. You then total that, put it in the chat for that person, and you then also share a positive comment about what you thought was especially strong in the person's project that they are going to undertake. If there are any questions at this time, I'd love to hear them or put them in the chat so that we can look at them. I'm going to stop sharing because I know Kevin is going to start this process for us, and I'm going to set my timer because literally you have 3 minutes. I'm sorry, I know we said 5 originally, but with the time frame for the next presenter coming on after me, we need to be respectful of that time. So you can do it. I know you can. You just share what's on that poster in your presentation. Any questions? I'm not seeing anything in the chat, so let's just get started. Kevin, can you pull up, I think, Rafun, I think you need to go to work, so we're pulling that one up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was willing to present it first.
Tell us about
So here is my should I start? Hello, should I start?
Go
Yes,
ahead.
please. Oh, yes,
Okay.
please.
This is what I tried to come up with. That treat for task, I named it. And the slogan,
Rafun, we're losing you.
your meal, your will deliver. Hello.
Yeah, it's warbling a little bit, Rafun. So
Okay.
if you have to go off video to
So-
reduce that, feel free.
Okay, so the thing I wanted to come up with is a plan to include the community members who are having lower income and who cannot arrange for themselves a good meal every day. So they could be taken into this community activity, and in return of that, like after completion of a specific task every day, they would be provided with a very nutritious meal. So the mission and vision that I tried to explain here, that the mission is to involve lower income families or community members in community services and eradicate hunger. The project also aims to expand over time and transform into an organization. This is the vision, that it will not just continue as just a program for a few days and stop. It's not going to be like that. Rather, I would like to continue it and get to a stage where I can make it a specific organization. Of course, it needs like there are various factors of converting it from a project to an organization, or making it a group to carry it out. But yes, that is the vision, and the goal I am with. The goal is to create the hunger-free community, because as I've already mentioned, that participants will be specifically from the members of the community who are having lower income and cannot arrange from themselves a standard or a nutritious meal every day. And the outcomes would be, in general, the to make the people in the society involve into community works as much as possible, because whether a person is willing to do it every day or not, but they can have the chance to actually come up with their time and participate in our program, like whenever they're comfortable or whenever they're willing. So it's not about just so a constant group of people. There obviously there will be like pre-registrations or something like that, so that they can perform, let us know that they're going to perform on that specific day. So that will be the running procedure of this project.
Okay, we are out of time.
And,
We are.
All right.
You did a great job. Thank you for starting us.
Okay, thank you.
So now everyone that was listening to Rafun, who had the courage to start his presentation, thank you for that. Please put your points for this presentation up to 10 in the chat, and a positive comment. So you have 1 minute to do that.
I look forward to
Yes.
hearing from you guys.
Please put very specific strengths. What is it about the poster presentation or his project in particular you thought was the strong thing? And please put the number of points that you would assign this poster. Okay. This is everybody's expectation, so I should be seeing points and comments in the chat, please. 30 seconds.
No one has comments on your classmate's presentation? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think he missed something? Does no one have any input? Come on, guys. You guys need to be more, come on, more active. And we're almost done with the program and you guys need to be more on fire.
You need to give feedback. That's what you will use your teams for. So you are the team. Please give points and specifics. This is also your practice as leaders on giving specific feedback so people really are able to take what you're sharing. I'm not seeing points. So give me the up to 10 points, between 5 and 10 points, everyone.
Guys, give me 10.
Good for you, Buffoon. Go for it. You're next, Buffoon. You get to go do the same thing for your friends. Okay.
9, thank you.
All right, everyone. Keep going if you would like to. We're going to move this along. Buffoon, again, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I will be putting those points in for everyone at the end of this session by the end of today. So you will see your final points. And who is next, Kevin?
Oh, do I just pick one person randomly or?
Yeah, just pick it randomly. Whatever you have on the.
Feel free to go down the list, and then I'll just put the name of the session in so we can separate out. So everyone cut off your comments and points as the next session's coming up, and we don't want to confuse one set of feedback for the other. Okay, Hope.
Okay, hello, that's mine.
Okay.
But yeah, just a second.
Okay.
I'm ready to start.
Okay, so your poster is Hope. Let me put that in the chat so we know the next set of comments and points. Go, let me get the timer ready. I'm sorry, I'm not as good as you all in the early morning, obviously. Okay, you're ready to start? Go ahead, please.
Okay, my name for the project is Hope. Hunger is one of the biggest problems of the people around the world. So that's why I chose this project. We will feed people with disabilities and homeless people who can't provide for themselves. Our vision and hope are that no one will go to bed with an empty stomach. Our goal is to feed the people in need by finding good-hearted people who are ready to help and ready to help. And we are gonna organize weekly food distributions. Our strategy will be to find people who either donate for the cause or help with the food distribution. I hope that in 6 months we're going to see the project ready, and in a year that we're gonna do 24 food distributions. I can say that our goal will be to gather volunteers and to resolve law issues. After that, we are going to get funding and to train volunteers. And in the last 2 months, we're going to test how everything's going and resolve all issues that occur. And in the 6th month, I hope that we're going to do the first food donation and distribution. Thank you.
Very good. That was very concise. And thank you for your presentation. Everyone, it is your turn to give Yazan his feedback and the points you would assign for his presentation. So please now, you're getting practiced in this. Please put your feedback, specific feedback as to what it was he shared that you thought was a strong or a strength of his project and the points you would assign. So you have 1 minute to put those in the chat. And thank you again, Yazan. Sounds like a very good. I'm just going to share my feedback, and Buffoon, I'll come back to you as well. Yazan, because you have one thing you did that I appreciate is you're going to set up a pilot test of this to see and work out the difficulties. I think that's a great way to, a great strategy is for all of us to not go full scale right off the bat, but to actually try it first and see what you learn and then continue. We call that action learning. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, good. I'm glad to see this. Let's not forget assigning points between 5 and 10. We already have 5, so you can go up to 10. Okay, thank you. Okay, stop. Okay, thank you all. Okay, thanks so much. We are going to go to the next presentation. And we have hand in hand we learn. Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Tasima Rima from Bangladesh, and today my topic of my project is Hand in Hand We Learn. The slogan for is each one, teach one. So my vision is mainly to teach the poor child of my community, especially who are deprived and can educate, can get education due to poverty. So me and my partners will be the juniors of my universities and friends and the ex-cadets, as I am from the cadet college background, so the ex-cadets of my 12 cadet colleges and my ex-cadet forums and associations. And my goal is to take the large population of my country or community, make it a resource, not a burden. And we know that starting from the root will be the it will be the best for if I start from the root or teach the children. And my key strategies will be I will teach along with my partners, that is in every weekend, and create a chain of education. Like if I teach today, then I will let the children know that they should at least teach one each of his friends or family members. So it will spread very quickly, and my timeline will be 6 months. And if I get the positive feedback, then I will take it seriously and make it an organization. And my audience will be the children, mainly the poor children, and in between the 5 and 12 years old. And I will be focusing mainly on the deprived children of my community. And challenges will be the parents of those children may think that education is not necessary. So I need to get their faith, and outcomes will be after 6 months or 1 year. I will see that the children of my community is eager to learn more and more, other than this basic education which I will be providing them. And at the same time, I will encourage the children to go to the school for the further studies.
Okay,
That's on my side.
thank you very much. Good job. Okay, you guys know the drill, so please put your positive comments specific to her presentation, to Taslina's presentation, and your points out of 10. And you have a minute to do so. 5 seconds. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for giving your comments and your points. We appreciate that. Thank you, Taslima, for a very well thought out project and your presentation. And we'll go up the shoe world. Okay. Okay, so let me just. So. This is Georgia. Shoe world. This is. Okay, Mohammed, I think. Is that right? Are they on here to start?
Is this Mohammed?
Yes.
Okay, I don't see him on the call and I did not receive, I believe, any email from him for not attending, but he's not on the call. So let's move on.
Okay. All right, so next. Okay, wait. Whoa. Okay, too small to ignore. Okay.
Hi everyone, it's mine.
Are you starting now? Would you like to start now?
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead. Thank you, Azri.
Okay. Hi everyone. So this is my program. So as we all know, the whole world is now facing a rather severe crisis, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. So many people around the world are struggling to make ends meet after being severely affected by the collapse of the world economy, especially the economy of every family that is in this dire situation. So without exception, students who are studying at university are also among the most affected, especially in terms of their finances. So I come up with Let's Pull Together to help these unfortunate students with my vision, let's get together to end hunger. So my goal running this program is to ensure students at the university, especially for those who are from low income families, eat well and able to save their money for other uses, such as for their study fees, for stationeries and other necessities as well. So basically, these students are from B40 families where their family salary scale and household income category of 4,850 ringgit per month and below. So they are listed in the group involving B40 in Malaysia for the year 2021. So I go through to the outcomes. This program will be able to help students feel less stress or maybe lead to anxiety if it is happen in long term about where they will get their next meal. Next, students also may feel that they are cared and being loved by their community because they are still individuals who still support and care, especially towards the unfortunate group like them. So the last one is this program helps students get a more balanced diet as the foods provided are guaranteed in terms of their quality and the nutritional values. So for the challenges, first, students might be ashamed of the other students as they receive their free meals. And the second one is um, they might, the foods provided might not be the students' favorites because everyone has their own taste. So maybe the foods provided in their allergy or maybe it doesn't suit their taste. So I go to the partnership. So there are several non-governmental organizations that have provide food to the needy. So I found two, which are the Food Aid Foundation and the Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. So both of these organizations are the main supplier for me to get food or source of raw materials for cooking. Next is HEPA UPNM. So what is HEPA UPNM?
Okay, time's up, Azri. Sorry, this is 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. Did a great job.
Okay.
Thank you for your
Okay.
details. And now it's the
Okay.
turn for everyone else to write your specific feedback and your points. So you have 1 minute to do so, starting now. Thank you, everyone. I see your comments coming in. Try to be specific about when you say good job, why did you give that feedback? What was it that made you think that? So as you practice giving specific feedback to people so they know what their strengths are, think about how you come to your conclusions and put those details in. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll go on to the next one. Thank you. So this one is
I
Hunger's
think Daniel,
Hello. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Daniel have a connection problem, so he will be using my laptop to present. Can he? Because we are roommates.
yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Of course. All
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Thank you. You
Hello,
ready to
I'm
go?
really sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. So this is my first poster. The topic that I choose is Hunger's Hero, which is my aim is okay, we see at the slogan first. Act out against hunger among the student. So my mission is focusing on helping selected student in campus to get free food for better learning, which is I will do a survey for the financial information from the student. So those who was eligible to receive the food distribution will be listed. So the other aim is managing rising cost of living faced by students and reduce their burden. So the concept that I will do is two. First is food pantry, where the storage of food, dry food item in a room and managed by assigned student association. And the second one is central kitchen. I will do donations of food such as vegetables and fruit will be cooked and given to students who are eligible to receive. So the time frame that I will use is 5 days per week from Monday to Thursday, which is in the weekend the student need to buy food by their own. So the challenge that I face is first is to select the really eligible student, and the second one is to promoting the program to help me support to supply food to the student, and the outcomes of this program, it will prevent student from hunger, avoid depression. This will help in their education because it will reduce their stress in education, and also connecting student with the communities. So and last one, my partner is Food Distribution Research Society. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Under time, I appreciate it. So everyone else, it's your chance to give Daniel feedback and points for this. So in the chat, 30 seconds, go. I'm seeing some comments. Thank you. I like how they're getting more specific.
Yeah.
Okay. Give you a couple more seconds, 5 seconds, and then we're going to go on to the smiles are free, but it's worth a lot. I love it. Okay. A few more of you for Daniel, please. A few more comments. Great. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you, everyone. Okay, cool. All right, we're going on to smiles are free, but it's worth a lot. And that's, I gotta see where
It's mine.
oh, okay. Please take it away then. Let me get you started on this. Sorry.
So I'll get start with my slogan.
Okay,
My
go
slogans
ahead.
are My slogans are smiles are free, but it's worth a lot. It's because the project's ultimate goal is as simple as to put a smile on the face of the orphans. My project is basically about to help orphans, but not in terms of fundraising or providing basic necessities. This project is more focused on to help them emotionally. And for the time being, we can see lots of non-governmental organizations helping out the orphanages, and lots of people actually coming out to help the orphanages by donating financially or even by providing basic necessities such as clothes, foods, and so on. In most cases, they have enough foods, clothes, and even reliable education, but they are missing something more important, and that is a person to take care of, a person to show love, and a person to talk when they are mentally broke down sometimes. I personally think that love also one of the basic needs. It's love shapes a person's personality and characteristics. And no matter how knowledgeable or how far the child went in the future, I think it's useless if we cannot mold a good personality and characteristics on the child while we had the chance. I realize that most of these stressful children tend to choose a wrong path easily and often had a bad attitude generally. And as for the partnership, I would collaborate and form a non-profitable group of people with reliable skills in counseling and motivating people, and obviously any people that are willing to spend their weekend with the children. And we would start by have the kids in the orphanages to have one-to-one talk with the counselor to identify the problem faced by them and give a solution for it. Next would be creating an interactive activity in the weekend and have the kids forget their stress at least for a while. And we also plan to send a birthday wishes cards via mail for their birthdays respectively. And I plan to start this project in an orphanage I used to visit near my resident area. I used to serve as a caretaker in one of the orphanages for 1 year before this, so I think there won't be any issues in getting through the management. And this project won't show any direct outcome like others, since it's a long-term goal to reduce the stress of living a life as an orphan and to produce a better possible version of the children itself in the orphanages.
Thank
That's all from
you.
me.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, the rest of you, please go ahead and give Kasava his feedback and the points that you would assign to his presentation and his project. Thank you much. About 10 more seconds. Okay. We'll move on to the next one. Keep putting your comments in if you haven't yet, while I write in the next title. Time for Change Malaysia.
So I would like to help the poor people because I think they are intelligent, smart, and have skills that can provide change for our community, but they do not have someone to support them because they are often looked down upon. So time for change Malaysia. So the goal of my action plan is to help people, especially the poor one, to overcome their poverty by giving them the basic necessities such as use clothes, food, and etc. This will result in the improvement of nation's economy. This is because not only the government are included to help these people, but the citizens are all gathered to help them overcome this challenge, and this will lessen the burden of the government. And this program will be collaborated with the non-government organization, which is the UNICEF, that stands for United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, and the University in Malaysia. And the outcomes of this program is focusing people overcome their poverty and supply the children with better education. This is because I strongly believe that the better the education, the better the life ahead of us. And to succeed in doing this project is firstly, we have to promote the event on social medias and put the poster around the university and give announcements at the neighborhood area. And this project have to be partnered with any organization that we help to succeed, such as UNICEF and the university, in order to ease the burden. And last but not least, the donation can be given in terms of food, used clothes, educational items such as pen, book, and healthcare, and set up a food bank around their area so the poor people can easily take them without having to go further from their home. That's all from me.
Wow, that was fast. Thank you so much. Okay, so everyone, please give in your feedback and points. Okay, keep going, everyone. Let's see your comments and your point assignment. I appreciate those of you that are continuing to stay in this. About 15 more seconds and we will go on to the next person. Okay, let's go ahead. Thank you so much, everyone. Our next one is give them a chance. And we
Okay,
have,
good evening all.
hello.
Am I audible?
We can hear you, so go ahead. You're on.
Oh, okay. So my action plan project name is Give Them a Chance. This action plan is for homeless people by getting them a job based on their skills. Not everyone is talented doing the office job and all, right. So our vision is homeless people are capable of change with the right support and guidelines. And then, hello.
Yes, we hear you. Keep going.
Hello.
Hello, can you not hear us? We can hear you. Oh dear.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my line is like here. And the partners in this program is NGOs in Malaysia by asking them for fund and donation, and then people who share same interest by helping these homeless people. So how we're gonna do this action plan is choose one homeless person every month and identify their interests or skills and arrange a job according to it. And the mission here is to create awareness among people about homeless people and to upgrade their lifestyle and to improve the homeless people's skills and to reduce homeless people in our country. And the challenges that I'm going to face for this action plan are, there's homeless people are not willing to participate in this program because they think this program will be unthoughtful and all. And maybe I might face challenge for not enough fund for this program. And finding volunteer homeless person and hardworking people is really rare these days. So yeah, this is my program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you've done a good job at your presentation and in your project. So let's hear from your peers. Please put your specific comments in the chat with your points. And you have 30 seconds to do so. So let's see your comments and your points. Specific comments, as you can do that, it would be really helpful, I'm sure, to each of your colleagues. Thank you, Taslima. Thank you, Yasan. Marie, thank you. Okay, we will go on to the next, the poster project. And who is our wonderful presenter for this?
Me.
Ah, hi, Tabassum. Great.
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
May I start?
Yes, you may start. Please go.
So, hello everyone, and this is the project that I came up with, which is titled the Poster Project. So we can see the slogan that it says "Protest by Posters." So I want to share that how I came up with this idea. So if you see the you know the below side of this poster, you can see a little poster there, a little illustration which was made by me, which says that hello 109. So 109 is a helpline for which is kept for the like to report harassment, sexual hostility, violence, and potential threats based on sexual harassment against women. But when I came up with this article, it says that below 3% of women, they're aware of this hotline number or helpline number, which can help them in the dire need. So this is how I came up with the idea that probably, advocating this kind of helpline or the legal education, this may help the young future leaders or the school students to uh, establish a protection among them that, okay, this is the law and this is the punishment or this is the remedy I have in my hands. So this is how I came up with this project. So as we can see the mission and vision of this project, that this project will particularly be working with 15 to 25 young school leaders who will be taught about so many Bangladeshi laws which can be used, like starting with the definition of rape to the punishment to acid throwing to all the like laws relevant to sexual harassment against women. So thus they can get this clear idea about this Bangladeshi existing laws. And the way I'm planning to do this project is that I will select these 16 to 18 year school students, and which are from my former school, which is School, which is our all girls students. So they will be fall under two workshops where my present alma maters. Since I'm a law student, so my faculties will be teaching them the existing laws in the easiest way as possible. So after the workshop, they will make this kind of poster, which will be hanged to their classrooms, so that these 20 to 25 students who will make these 5 posters will be hanged to their classrooms, and the rest of the peer students will get the idea that, okay, this is the law and this is the remedy, or this is how I can get to report when I'm facing some problems. So yeah, this is
okay. Thank you so much. That was 3 minutes.
Thank you so much.
You did a great job. I think the focus is good, and I would love to hear from your peers and their ratings as well. So please put your comments in for the next 30 seconds. Yes, I thank you, Taslima, for your comments. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Thank you again for that presentation. And now we will go to you. If you're hungry, Daystar.
Hello. So this is my poster. Wait for a minute. Okay, there. Nice.
Okay.
So my poster, the title is "You Hungry in Day Stuff." Seems like a fishy poster right now. What is this? You Hungry Day Stuff. What is it? So it is a poster which promote to help solve hunger. The focus or the aim of this project is to help the poverty or the hungry people out there. Since the started the COVID-19 in Malaysia. So many so many people have to quit their job. They do not want to quit because there are no income source for them. Then come the movement order. They cannot do so many things to generate income. So here we are with the community. We want to help. So how I want to help? I will select like a district or a resident by weeks. So like maybe in that week 1 to 10 people will get selected. So we could help them. We can help them by distributing food and supplies, like shirts or clothes and foods. And not we will not only stop there. We will make surveys for the future development. So what are their skills? So what are their traits, so that we can promote them for jobs, so they will not like hang out there without food again. So our partners, Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia, which and the Lost Food Project, they are the NGOs that focus on helping the Malaysian citizens that in hunger and poverty. And you see the image there, which a man holding a white flag. So in Malaysia, recently we started some phenomenon called the white flag alert, which anybody who is in emergency situation or in hungry or in very need situation, just wave your white flag, so people will know. Yeah. So some of the students, even I, have developed an app for detecting this white flag. It's like an online white flag, so we can distribute help. So what is the challenges here is finding donors, and people scared to admit they need it. They need the help. Yeah, they're like scared to wave the white flag and to promote the event. That is the challenges. And the outcome is the number of starving people will reduce. It will, to say that it will get completely gone, it is like impossible, but we
Okay.
can. Thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. I have to say, I appreciate how each of you, when I say the time, you stop. And you've done a really good job of presenting the whole picture of what you're going to do. Thank you, Adi. Okay, this is your turn now, Piers, to put in your comments specifically for Adi and the points you would assign for his poster, and you have 30 seconds to do so. So, go. Thank you, Taslima, for your constant giving of feedback and assigning points. Let's see the rest of you add your thoughts, comments here as well. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. I hope for a better tomorrow.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, Zay, let me get you at the right place here so I can start you, and feel free to go ahead. Go ahead.
My topic is hope for better tomorrow. And what I meant by hope for better tomorrow is to change the teaching for the students in schools. So like some students, they don't really like science, chemistry, physics. So it's like to change their, what's it called? I really forgot the name. To change their classes so they can choose their own classes. It's like I love art. I want to be an artist. So I choose classes about art, math, something like that. It's connected to art. But some schools here in Kuwait, they teach us everything: chemistry, science, physics, math, biology. some people really don't like those stuff. So I'm planning to change those stuff so people can choose their own classes. But it really, maybe it will take for me more than 6 months.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your presentation. And you know the drill. The rest of you give feedback points and put them in the chat. Okay, let's see you guys as comments, and we have 15 seconds left. So let's get your comments, your points, your thoughts in there. Okay, let's go ahead on to the next one. Okay, this is connecting beyond the classroom. Juliana, are you? Is Juliana here? I don't see her on.
Juliana
She got
said
disconnected.
she got disconnected. Yeah.
Okay, we're sorry to hear that. Okay, we will go for the next one. And I've lost count here, so I don't know where we are, Kevin. Okay. She World Empowerment. I thought I had that up there earlier. Okay. And I'm not sure how Inez is here either.
Hello?
Hello?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you are? Yay, Mohammed, you're
Yeah.
on. Okay, I don't know if you were earlier. Perfect. Okay. Thank
I'm
you,
really
Mohammed.
sorry.
No, we're glad you're here. So I hope you know that you have 3 minutes to present and then you will get
Yeah.
feedback. Okay, go right ahead.
My vision is to achieve equal and just status for women. Okay, for we need to get the same things as men. They need to get the same thing as men. As we see in a lot of places, in a lot of countries in the world, like women are like, they get also for jobs and they get paid a little bit less by men. Why is that? And my mission is to develop a professional leadership business potentials for women with across all levels through mentoring, training, skills building, economic empowerment programs. And my goal is to realize and promote women fundamental principles, standards, and rights at work, to create a greater opportunities for women for secure, decent jobs and income, to enhance the effectiveness coverage of social protection for all genders and strengthen social dialogue. My key strategies are creating a website, creating social media pages, online physical training, visiting schools, churches, mosques, and all that, and also organizing roadshows and campaigns with help of I could get the help of a lot of organizations, and conducting interviews and questionnaires.
Nice. All right, so you are done. Thank you so much,
Yes, I am.
Mohammed. Thank you. I figured when the
really
silence.
fast on that. Yeah.
You did. Okay. And I appreciate your recognition of the importance of having women as equal partners.
Yeah, because we see like a lot of women in the world, like they're not getting their full rights, and I don't know why there's a difference between genders.
Well, I appreciate that you have that open mind. Let's have your peers give you their specific feedback for your project right now and take the next 30 seconds to do that, please. Okay. Thank you, Ayn. Thank you, Taslima. Adi, good. Getting those comments. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Do we have any additional posters, Kevin? Are we?
Juliana was the last one.
Okay, so we are right at the end of our session. What I'd like to do, if I may, is go back to my final reflection that I'd like for all of you. I am going to save this chat. I hope I am anyway. Maybe I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. So that we can get this posted. I will post it up in the last assignment so you with your grades, and you can see the comments if you didn't get a chance to see them in the chat. But feel free to take a second to scroll down to your comments that your peers gave you. And I'm going to share my screen, and there are 3 questions, but I only need you to look at and see which of these questions, choose one, would you like to talk about? Oops, and I see that I didn't put a question mark there. So what impact do you feel confident that your CAP project is going to achieve now that you've been working with it and sharing it with your peers? Or what does it mean to you today to be a servant leader in your current role? We started out my sessions with you with readings on being a servant leader, and you responded then, but now that you've been working through your project and your plan for when you want to implement it, what do you now think about being a servant leader? Or the third question is, what stands out to you most about the idea of taking action for positive change? You came into this program with the requirement to design a community action project. What has that brought up for you in terms of what it means to take action for positive change? So choose a question and take the next minute before we close to either write it in the chat, if you would please, or if you would like to share out loud, we would be happy to hear your contribution so everyone can hear your response to one of the questions. So if you would like to speak versus write this in the chat, please give us the signal with your thumbs up. Okay. All right, Boone, go ahead, speak up and share with us your thoughts, but take yourself off mute. And then we'll get down to Aiden and Swashwini. Okay, Buffoon, go ahead. You have to take yourself off mute though. Buffoon. Okay, I'll go to Aiden. You had put your thumbs up. Would you like to share your thought? Mohammed and Swashwini. Okay, Mohammed, go ahead. You put your thumbs up. Did you want to speak?
Yeah.
Please.
Well, actually, for my CAP project, I see that we're getting women and men on the same side. So we're not differentiating between men and women. There's no difference.
That's the impact, is that you will then have a joint and
Yeah.
unified. Thank you so much, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Swashwini, you had your thumbs up. Would you like to share your thought out loud? Or anyone who is ready to share out loud with your whole group? Okay, Reef, please feel free.
Yeah, I select the question about the
Okay, we just lost you. Arif, we just lost you.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, now we can hear
but
you.
okay. I feel confident about my project, the hunger-free community, that we will achieve in this community. We will achieve harmony. You know, when we help each other, then the harmony will come in the community. That is what I think that the most valuable thing in a community
Right.
that we will achieve. Yeah.
Thank you, Arif. Yeah, harmony is really very important. So thanks for your thoughts on that. Tapasum, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your
Yes.
name correctly, but feel free to share.
Yeah, sure. I believe that the project that I've planned, I mean the poster project, will stand out because the school I'm targeting, they're very much progressive about, you know, teaching their students this sort of thing. So, and it is a dying need in our society because the, you know, cases of sexual harassment, sexual violence are so much high at this point. So I think if I reach to my institutions to seek help for further and to create students leaders, so I think that it won't actually be so much challenging. So yeah, I'm positive about that.
Wonderful. I can sense your confidence and I am real appreciative of your project and what you're trying to do. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone else who would like to share out loud, we'd invite you to put your hand up or your thumbs up and let me know that we can call on you. I see many of you in the chat are sharing what it is. Let me do a quick stroll here. Okay, the project will give hope. That was Yasen, to people in need. The idea of getting support from institutions for your project. Tabassum, thank you. Zaid, you will make better leaders in the future because they will do what they love. Yes, about connecting that passion with their possibilities. Rafun, I see that you're saying too that you will connect people who wouldn't come in and be able to be connected otherwise, and especially with the idea of strengthening bonds between people. Shashvarini, oh, you have a problem with your line, so you couldn't talk. I'm so sorry. Daniel, pretty much sure that your project will get support from any groups because it will produce good outcomes. And that's the importance of so many of your projects, is to be really clear in your messaging. What's going to be different? What is it going to look like when you're able to bring people together to make that change? That's what inspires people when they can see what's possible versus always feeling like the problems, as many of you acknowledge, will exist, continue, but you are taking steps to bring it into a little bit better hopefulness and a change, positive change. And many of you have spoken to some really hard issues. I want to acknowledge that. And I want to encourage you to find a support group that will continue to hold each other up and help you stay motivated and stay focused on your projects. Because once you get in and sometimes things are overwhelming, it makes it challenging at times to keep going. So make sure you have not only partners at the institutional level, but partners with your peers that believe in this project, that together you won't give up. Because of the problems, as you've outlined, from hunger to poverty to sexual violence to children who are without family members or other adults who are caring, those are huge issues. So just being able to change the lives of 1, 10, 20 people is amazing over 6 months. So I want to thank you all for persisting. I know this was a challenging way to learn about how to take action. And I look forward, and if you have not had the chance to put your action plans, which go along with your poster, up on the website, please continue to do that. I'll be looking through the end of this week for those as well. And I'm going to say goodbye. I know you have another session coming, and that way you have a little bit of a break before 9 o'clock. Kevin or Niloufar,
Thank you very much, Deb. I know it was a challenge for you as well. It was a challenge for everyone. This session specifically, I think it's meant to be in person, or maybe we should have done all these sessions at least synchronous, but that's also a learning lesson for us.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Deb, for your time. And for students, thank you for presenting your posters. I was here listening to all of them, and you guys have great ideas, and I hope you all can accomplish those goals. Deb, could you please share your email on the chat box? And students, please type in Deb's email in case you have a question, you need assistance with your project, and regarding theoretical steps. So just shoot her an email.
There we go. And then if you could also, I have everyone's email from the list, so I will send out to you your email with your individual points for your presentation, your cap. But I would love a copy of the chat in case it doesn't save when I get off for me and you before, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
We will save the chat.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. And yes, feel free to email me with questions, or as you get going, I always love to hear from you to let me know how your projects are unfolding. Have a great rest of your SUSI courses, and best of luck to all of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
Deb.
you. Bye.
Thanks. Student.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay, students, we have now at 9, which is in 15 minutes, another session with, hopefully you read on the agenda, he's a retired judge, Honorary John Morris. We will discuss the tribal courts. We had a session the other day about the indigenous law system, and we're gonna talk about more in depth of how tribal courts function and work within the state and the federal law system. So everyone have a break of 10 minutes. So we'll see you here. My time is like 8:45, so I'll see you here at 8:55, meaning in 10 minutes. Okay.
All right. So I was going to tell you that I would be like connected, but I would not be able to like keep my camera open.
That's fine.
So
Yeah,
excuse me for
that is fine. But however, for those who can, please turn on your cameras, because it's sometimes difficult to connect when the speaker only sees names and black screen. So if you're honestly not in a very dire situation to turn off your camera, and I know some are maybe because of technical issues, some electricity issues, but if you're not that person, turn on your camera. Next Thursday, I will want everyone's cameras on. I'm not going to accept any, unless it's seriously a situation where you are not able at all to turn on your cameras. But they would like to see your faces, especially represented from State Department, those who are giving you the chance for this program. So they would like to see your faces, and it would be really nice if you could accommodate that. So 10-minute break.